Alright, so today what you're going to be doing is you're going to be comparing and ordering some numbers, and we're going to look at two problems together. I'm going to film each one of these in separate videos. That way you will have plenty of time if you need to pause or come back and complete it. You can just start where you left off. So let's look at number one. Number one says, the table below lists some of the mountains in the United States. So over in the table, I see that we have the mountain, and we have the mountains named Boundary, Cloud, Grand Teton, and Wheeler. And then over on the right-hand side, we have the height, and it's labeled in miles. For Boundary, we have a question mark. For Cloud, we have 2.495. For Grand Teton, we have 2.5. And then for Wheeler, we have 2.409. So when I read my question, I'm going to think about what it is that they're asking me. It says the height of Boundary is greater than Grand Teton, but less than Wheeler. What could be the possible height of the Boundary mountain? So when I'm thinking about what could this number be, my first thought is thinking about putting what I know in order from least to greatest. And so I'm going to make a timeline. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a timeline. And actually, as I think about this and I'm making my timeline, I probably don't need all the numbers. I just need to be aware of some important numbers. So I'm going to go back in my question and I'm going to think about this. It says the height of Boundary. Well, that's what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and box that in. Height of Boundary. And it's going to be greater than Grand Teton. So if I think about what Grand Teton is, I'm going to put GT right here, and I'm going to label that 2.4. So the height that I'm looking for is going to be bigger than this number. But it has to be less than Wheeler. So when I think about the end point, I think about this side being Wheeler, and I'm going to label that with 2.409. So right now I'm noticing that these values, they're not equal, they're not the same in terms of number of digits. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add 2 zeros right here. So now I'm thinking that it has to be something between 400 thousandths and 409 thousandths. And I have to look at what could be between. So I'm going to look at my answer choices and I'm going to think about what could be between. Could 2 and 403 be between? Well, let's see. If I put that on the number line, it's probably going to be about right here, 2.403. So that's answer choice A. When I think about answer choice B, that's 2.05. Wait a minute, this is 2.4, so 2.05 would have to be way over here. I don't think that's going to work at all. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. When I think about this answer choice C, I see 2.3, and we need something that's at least 2.4 to 2.4. So that one's not going to work either. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. And then finally we have 2.4, but then we have the digit 9, and this is a 0 in the hundredths place, and this is also a 0 in the hundredths place, and so a 9 would be way out here somewhere in space. So that one's not going to work either. So guess what? That just leaves us one answer choice. That just leaves A. And if I think about, is it between, is it greater than Grand Teton? Yes. Is it less than Wheeler? Yes. So I'm going to go with answer choice A here.